Let me ask you about your MIT Sensibles City Lab. What are the kind of unique things you're doing there? I mean, what are the different kind of experiments? What are the different kind of architecture? What are the different kind of fascinating urban fabric that you're doing there?
Well, as you know, we are really exploring this space, as we were saying, the space in between digital and physical, how this is changing cities. And we're doing many projects. We're actually doing a project together with a group in Bangalore of Global Shapers. Global Shapers is a community by the World Economic Forum, and you know the young people from the World Economic Forum. For instance, where we are using artificial intelligence to map trees in cities all over the world, and use that as a way to give citizens a better understanding of their city, and also to help mayors improve their cities. We are using, again, we're doing a lot of work with self-driving, with mobility, with shareability. So we're doing a lot of things that are in the space we're talking about, but we think that our role today as planners, as designers, as researchers, should be to think to multiply and share ideas about how cities could be. We shouldn't be the one making decisions. Again, I think this is the big difference with the principles of the 20th century, when you had, architects who thought, they could plan a city from scratch, and, they could make all the decisions without even asking the citizens. And I think, what we can do today is actually experiment, try out different things, and then engage citizens in order so that we can collectively, together decide what type of city we want to build.
So, Carlo, we are right now in the city of Mumbai. And Mumbai is one of the really fascinating cities in the world, but it has a huge amount of slum area. Vast number of people who've moved from rural to urban areas live in slums here. How do we make life for them much better? What do we do about this? What should be our urban strategy? And I also wanted to ask you, when you talk about smart cities of the future, do we need to redesign our system of governance?
Yeah, well, there are two very, very, very important questions. For the first one about slums, well, first of all, every civilization has been going through slums. Think about one of the interesting things. We have an MIT lab in Singapore, and Singapore 50 years ago had a lot of slums. And then, little by little, it transformed, and now there's no slums in Singapore's life. But in 50 years, there's been a huge change in the city, in planning. So what I'm saying is that it's something that's quite common when you got processes that are very quick, and things happen very fast, and maybe some part of the population doesn't have access to all the resources, economic resources, but also in terms of knowledge of how to build. That's what happens. But I think there's many ways that this can be upgraded. To me, the key suggestion there, we see two different ways to do things. One way is you demolish and you rebuild. But I think that the most successful examples we are seeing around the world is actually when you upgrade a lot of the slums, and you empower people to do some of that, so that you don't destroy the community, you don't destroy all the urban fabric. First of all, it's much cheaper, it's much more sustainable, especially from a social point of view. The community is there, and just help them to improve the living conditions over there.